This week on Lind on Learning, I'll be answering Brian Hampton's question, which was, what's your recommendation for creating enterprise learning strategies for upskilling employees and staying ahead of the company's needs? Now, this is a whopper of a question, and I'll admit the specifics of my answer would vary greatly depending on the situation. The reality is, when you're dealing with this at an enterprise level, there are far too many variables to ever have a one-size-fits-all approach. It's also unrealistic to believe you'll ever have the capacity or subject matter expertise to identify and prioritize all the relevant skills for the organization. However, that doesn't mean you should throw your hands up in defeat. There are some universal elements that will result in a measurable impact. The first is to create a repeatable structure and process with shared responsibility between learning and development and the business for identifying and prioritizing skills that require upskilling. Now, I said earlier, it's unrealistic to think L&D can own the whole thing, but the skill set we carry makes us ideal candidates for creating the structure and managing the process. Once the structure's in place and the relationships are built, you have a continuous funnel of critical skills well in advance of their need. The second is to make sure that after you identify the skill, you quickly and clearly deconstruct that skill down into pragmatic job activities, which can be linked back to job roles. Too often I see skills left in their vague, pithy state, which makes it impossible to take action. When you have clear job activities, you know what you need people to be able to do that they aren't doing today, and identify who may be doing similar or transferable things that would make great candidates for upskilling. You may even discover that some people already have the necessary skills. Third, have a repeatable, socialized, and accepted framework for the learning approach you'll use for upskilling. This doesn't mean you have to have every detail ironed out, but you can create something that's 70 to 80% there, so you can just swap out the pieces and make any small adjustments. A lot of times I see organizations start from scratch every time, and it's just not fast enough. More often than not, by the time the plan is approved and ready to start, the need is past. Having a general plan approved and vetted ahead of time vastly reduces the cycle time and eliminates bureaucracy. Finally, don't wait on upskilling your own L&D organization and making the long overdue investments in technology to be able to upskill at scale. Many L&D organizations are way behind with their skill set and tech stack, making it impossible to deliver any type of upskilling at the pace skills are changing. You may think this whole digital transformation thing is a trend, but it's not. It's honestly the only way we can keep pace with the needs of the business. I hope I answered your question, Brian. Thanks for watching, everyone else, and keep the questions coming.